In your camera kit, you're going to find your Nikon camera, a few lenses, a battery pack, and a USB cable. Your bag may also include a Rode mic and a camera flash. To get started, you'll need to turn it on using the power switch at the top of the camera grip. This is also your shutter button. When taking photos, if you press lightly on the shutter button, the camera will beep and autofocus. Once you press further down on the shutter button, it'll take a picture. Before you start taking pictures, go into the camera setting menu, then look through the playback settings to make sure image review is turned on. This will tell the camera to automatically display the photo that you just took. Open up the door on the grip side of the camera and make sure there's an SD card inside. That's where your footage is going to be stored. And at the bottom of the camera, you'll see a silver circle that you'll use to attach to the tripod plate. If you want to use the display screen to set up your shot, press the LV button on the camera to set up the camera's live view. While you're shooting, you may want to change lenses. To do this, first remove the lens cap or lens, line up the white dots on the camera and on the lens, and insert and twist to lock in the lens. Make sure when you're done using lenses, you put the lens caps back on to preserve them. The dial below your shutter adjusts the camera for various shooting modes. These modes have preset camera settings that help with different types of photography, but limit the control you have over the camera's other settings. For total control over the settings, switch to the M for manual mode. Oftentimes you'll need to adjust the camera's ISO to compensate for light you're shooting in. To do this, hold the FN button and turn the adjustment dial. The brighter your location is, the lower you can set your ISO, but be careful. If your ISO is too high, you may get overexposed shots, and if your ISO is too low, your photo may look grainy. Notice how our image changes as we adjust our ISO. When you're taking pictures, you may want to change your shutter speed too. To do this, simply turn the adjustment dial. Your shutter speed will affect the amount of light that the camera takes in, but will also affect the sharpness of moving subjects. Notice how the image changes as we adjust our shutter speed. For moving objects, it's generally a good idea to have your shutter at least 125. You may also want to change your aperture or f-stop. To adjust your camera's f-stop, hold the plus and minus button and turn the adjustment dial. This will affect your picture's depth. Notice our background focus changes as we adjust our aperture. As you can see, the building in the background becomes clear as we increase our f-stop. The aperture also affects the amount of light that your shot gets. Keep in mind that all of these settings adjust your picture's light and clarity, so play with the settings and find the happy balance so you get the perfect shot. If you want to review the photos that you've taken, hit the play button on the left side of the camera. To cycle through your photos, you can either use the menu wheel or the adjustment dial. And don't forget, you can come to the Multimedia Lab in CP005 to review and edit your footage.